What is up, guys, and welcome to another Cause with Shami review. And this week I've been in the recently facelifted VW T-Cross, and of course I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about it. So let's get it. So, as I mentioned, this T-Cross has recently been facelifted, I think probably about a month or 2 months ago, so still very, very new to the market. The T-Cross, however, has been around, this generation has been around for a good couple of years, so of course it was time for a facelift. And I must say, the additions that they've made, or the improvements rather that they've made to this model, are actually quite nice. So up front, you get a new front end, you get new headlights, as well as a revised lower bumper. So you can see now it's got new fog lamps, which look quite smart. You can also, for the first time on a T-Cross, get the IQ Matrix LED headlamps, which obviously do that whole thing where they can have the brights on without dazzling other drivers on the road. System works really, really amazing, and I do recommend it quite a lot. So in terms of the front, that's what's been changed, and then the wheels have also been changed. You get new wheel options as well, and then moving over to the back, you get a revised back end, you get new tail lamps, LED tail lamps, which look quite smart actually, and you also get like a really cool solid light bar which runs across the back end, and I think overall the styling does look quite cool, really quite neat. The T-Cross has always been a good looking car, and I think with these improvements it looks even better. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the styling. Do you think it looks better than the previous facelift model, or do you prefer? Let me know down in the comments. But anyway, moving over inside, you do get a new instrument cluster, which is obviously in line with other VW models now. The interior is pretty much a Polo, if you think about it. The layout is very, very similar to a Polo. Everything looks and feels quite similar. And if you are coming from a Polo, maybe you're buying up, this won't feel very foreign to you, which could be a good thing for many. So you obviously get a new infotainment system as well. So this is a touchscreen infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that is quite cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the wireless systems because they do tend to glitch, but it's nice that you do have some of the latest screen or phone mirroring technology that there is out right now. Overall, the cabin is pretty much unchanged. Apart from that, we've got the steering wheel with physical buttons, which I am a big fan of. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the steering wheels with the touch capacitive buttons. So it is nice to see that VW is actually listening to customer feedback, where they have been reverting now to the steering wheels with the physical buttons all over. In terms of space and practicality and all that good stuff, the T-Cross is quite nicely practical, if that makes sense. So you've got some decently sized cup holders on the sides, you've got cup holders over here in the center console, you've even got an armrest with some storage in there as well, so that's quite cool. Back seat space is also quite commendable, as well as your boot space. So it is quite practical in the sense that as a family car, this will work pretty well for small families. Up front, you get 2 USB-C ports, which is quite cool. And of course, you do get a bunch of other niceties as well, such as in this car, in this model specifically that I'm testing, you've got the rear emergency braking system. So essentially, if you're reversing and the car detects that you're going to bump something at the back, it'll actually slam the brakes for you. In this specific model, we've got the parking function where the car will essentially park itself, which, I mean, I don't know how many times you'll be using that option or that feature, but yeah, it's nice to have it, hey? Obviously, it is an optional extra that you pay for, but yeah, it's nice that you do have access to that kind of technology in a car in this segment, which is not something that you find very often, if we're being honest. But overall, you do get some nice features. You've got park distance control as well, reversing camera, which is pretty decent. So overall, you're getting some really nice features in this T-Cross. Moving over to the front of the car, the bonnet, you get one engine in the entire lineup. You get 3 models, a Life, a Style, and an R-Line. We're in the entry-level Life model, which comes in at about 462,000 Rand. And that is obviously, like I mentioned, the entry-level model. And you get 1 engine and 1 transmission. So you get a 1-liter TSI turbocharged engine, which is obviously familiar in the VW range. You find it in the likes of the Polos and the Tigos and so forth. So it is a familiar engine and gearbox. Obviously the DSG, very familiar. And in this application, in this T-Cross, it works really quite well. So it's a nice and small car. So you do feel like it is quite nice and punchy. From that 1-liter engine, you're getting about 85 kilowatts and 200 Newton meters of torque, which I feel is plenty enough. It is plenty enough. I haven't complained one bit. I have found that in some of the bigger cars like the Tigo, the same engine does not work as well. There's a lot of lag low down. Whereas in this car, because it's much smaller and it's a smaller package, it feels like the right engine and transmission pairing. So I'm quite happy with that. In terms of fuel consumption, the fuel consumption is also quite decent, if you ask me. So in my test so far, I've been averaging about 9.3 liters to the 100, which is not the greatest figure, but I mean, mind you, I've been driving in urban areas most of the time, and I've barely done highway driving like I am today. But I've been doing mostly like, you know, your runs to the shops and, you know, that sort of thing. So obviously it will sip a bit more, and I haven't actually been trying to be conservative of fuel. So yeah, to some it might sound like an alarming figure, but I'm not mad at it. Yeah, it's okay. From a full tank, you'll get about 600 odd kilometers, which is pretty decent if you ask me, especially given the size of the car. So it's not bad at all. So rounding up, my time with the T-Cross has been quite nice, and I've really enjoyed this car. It's a really great product, and it's easy to see why you see so many of them on the roads. I mean, it's a really refined car. You know, it feels really refined. You know, the interior is quite nicely laid out. You know, it's a nice and easygoing car. You know, it's fuss free. You know, I really like this car. I really like this car. Obviously, there will be a lot of other options, especially in this segment at that price point. So I mean, for 462,000 Rand, there are a lot of other options that you can get, but that's the thing, you know, it's either you like it or you don't. And for many, I think people really do like this car, and I do too. But obviously, I am keen to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So please do let me know down in the comments. For that amount of money, are you going T-Cross, entry-level T-Cross, or where are you spending your money? I am really keen to know. So let me know down in the comments. But yeah, that's it from me and the T-Cross. Of course, as I mentioned, that this car, or I did mention the pricing of this car rather, you can also get insurance for this T-Cross. This is how much it will cost me when I put in all my details on the Naked website. It's a really quick and easy process to do. You literally just fill out all your details and you get a quote instantly in like 90 seconds. And if you're not getting a quote for your T-Cross, try it out with the car that you're currently driving, and who knows, you might just save some money. So why not try them out? Link down below. But anyway, do please follow me on all my other socials as well. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Let's see if we can do it, guys. Tell your friends to tell their friends that I make really cool car reviews. But anyway, that's it from me. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also don't forget to let me know what car you want me to review next. So anyway, that's it, guys. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.